There's a piece of paper taped to your door. Maybe it says notice to pay or quit. Maybe it says notice to vacate. Your stomach drops, and the first thought is, I have to be out by Friday. Here's what most renters don't know. That notice is not an eviction. It is the first step in a legal process. And at every step of that process, you have rights, deadlines, and defenses. In fact, most evictions in America are won by landlords for one reason only. The tenant never responded. In the next 12 minutes, I'll walk you through exactly what to do, step by step, from the moment that notice hits your door to the day you walk into court, and how tenants beat eviction cases without ever hiring a lawyer. Because in 2026, the law gives you more time and more tools than ever before. Let's unlock your rights. First, breathe. A notice from your landlord is not a court order. In every state, only a judge can order an eviction, and only a sheriff or court officer can carry it out. Your landlord cannot remove you with a piece of paper. Eviction notices come in three basic flavors. 1, pay or quit. You owe rent, and you have a set number of days to pay it or move out. 2, cure or quit. You've allegedly broken a lease rule, like an unauthorized pet or an unauthorized roommate, and you get time to fix it. 3, unconditional quit. The landlord wants you out with no chance to fix anything. Most states only allow this for serious violations, like repeated late payments or illegal activity. And here's the good news. Those deadlines are getting longer. As of July 1st, 2026, Virginia tenants now get 14 days to catch up on rent, nearly triple the old 5-day window. And for no-fault evictions, many cities now require 60 to 90 days notice. Your first job is simple. Find the deadline on that notice and write it down. Everything that follows runs on that clock. Now pick up that notice and read it the way a lawyer would. Because a shocking number of eviction notices are legally defective, and a defective notice can sink the landlord's entire case. Check 5 things. First, the names and the address. Is your name spelled correctly? Is the unit number right? Second, the amount. If it's a pay or quit notice, is the rent amount accurate to the dollar? In many states, a notice that demands more than you actually owe or that lumps in late fees and charges that aren't rent is invalid. Third, the dates. Does the notice give you the minimum number of days your state requires? Count them. If your state requires 14 days and the notice gives you 10, that notice may be worthless. Fourth, delivery. Most states require personal delivery or posting on the door plus a mailed copy. A notice sent only by text message usually doesn't count. Fifth, the signature and the reason. In just cause jurisdictions, the landlord needs a legally valid reason stated on the notice. Photograph the notice, the envelope, and where you found it. Note the date and the time. This is Exhibit A, and it's working for you. While that clock is running, your landlord might get impatient. So let's be crystal clear about what is illegal in all 50 states. Your landlord cannot change the locks. They cannot shut off your water, your power, or your heat. They cannot remove your belongings. They cannot take the front door off its hinges. These are called self-help evictions, and they are illegal everywhere in America, even if you owe rent, even if the notice period has expired. If it happens, call the police non-emergency line, photograph everything, and know that in many states, an illegal lockout entitles you to money damages. In some states, 2 or 3 times your actual losses. The eviction process runs through a courtroom, not a locksmith. The notice period is not waiting time. It's your action window. If it's a pay or quit notice and you can pay, pay. In most states, full payment within the window legally cancels the notice. Pay with certified funds or any documented method, never untraceable cash, and demand a dated receipt. If you can't pay it all, be careful. In some states, if the landlord accepts partial rent after serving notice, the notice is void and they have to start over. In others, it isn't. Either way, get any agreement in writing before you hand over a dime. If it's a cure or quit notice, fix the violation fast and document the fix with dated photos. Pet rehomed, roommate moved out, noise resolved, proof beats promises. And talk to your landlord in writing. Evictions cost landlords thousands of dollars in legal fees and lost rent. Many will take a payment plan or even a cash for keys deal where they pay you to leave clean and on schedule. Every text and email you send is evidence of good faith that a judge may later read. If the deadline passes and nothing is resolved, the landlord's next legal move is filing an eviction lawsuit. It's called an unlawful detainer in some states, summary process or forcible entry and detainer in others. You'll be served with a summons and a complaint. This is the single most important moment in the entire process. You must file a written answer with the court, and the deadline is brutally short. In New York, non-payment cases 10 days. In California, 10 court days. A deadline lawmakers recently doubled from 5. In Texas and some other states, it can be less than a week. Here is the statistic that should change how you think about eviction. The majority of eviction cases in this country end in default judgment. That means the tenant never filed an answer, never showed up, and lost automatically. No defense heard, no story told. Case over. Filing an answer is easier than you think. Courts provide free fill-in-the-blank forms. Most courthouses have free self-help centers. And if you can't afford the filing fee, ask for a fee waiver. They exist in every state. On that form, you check the boxes for your defenses and you tell your side. The moment you file, everything changes. You get a court date, you get the right to be heard, and very often, you get leverage to negotiate because now the landlord has to prove their case. So what actually wins eviction cases? Here are the defenses that come up again and again. Defective notice or service. Everything from step 1, wrong amount, short deadline, improper delivery. Cases get dismissed on this every single day. Payment. You paid and you have receipts or bank records. Acceptance of rent. In many states, a landlord who accepts rent after the notice waives the eviction. Habitability. You reported serious problems like mold, leaks, no heat, or pests, and the landlord ignored them. In most states, an uninhabitable unit reduces or excuses rent, and it's a defense in court. Retaliation. You complained to code enforcement, requested repairs, or joined a tenant group, and the eviction followed. Many states presume retaliation if the notice arrives within 6 months of your complaint. And discrimination. If the eviction targets your race, religion, national origin, sex, disability, or family status, that violates the Federal Fair Housing Act. Now build your evidence kit. The lease, a rent ledger or bank statements, every text and email, dated photos, and your repair requests. Print everything. Judges read paper faster than they scroll phones. Your hearing might be 3 weeks out or 3 months. When it comes, show up. Even with a weak case, showing up gets you heard and often gets you time. Not showing up gets you a default judgment and a sheriff's date. Dress simply and neatly. Bring 3 copies of every document. 1 for you, 1 for the judge, 1 for the landlord. Answer the judge's questions directly and never interrupt. 2 more things most tenants don't know. First, many courts offer free mediation on the spot. A huge share of eviction cases settle in the hallway, with payment plans or agreed move-out dates that keep a judgment off your record. Second, you may be entitled to a free lawyer. Cities including New York, San Francisco, Cleveland, Baltimore, and Detroit now guarantee a lawyer in eviction cases. And the list keeps growing in 2026. Everywhere else, search your state plus legal aid, call 211, or visit lawhelp.org. Tenants with lawyers win or settle favorably at dramatically higher rates. If the judge rules against you, you still have moves. You can appeal, and the window is short, sometimes just 5 to 10 days. You can ask the court for a stay of execution, which buys you days or weeks to move with dignity. And remember, even after a judgment, only the sheriff can remove you on a scheduled date with a written court order. It is never your landlord with a crowbar. Afterward, some states let you seal or expunge the eviction record. That is worth pursuing, because that record follows your rental applications for years. Let's lock in your 7-step battle plan. Step 1, don't panic. A notice is not an eviction, and only a judge can evict you. Step 2, read the notice like a lawyer. Names, amount, days, delivery, reason. Step 3, know the red lines. Lockouts and shutoffs are illegal in all 50 states. Step 4, use the window, pay, cure, or negotiate, in writing. Step 5, answer the lawsuit. Miss that deadline and you lose by default. Step 6, bring defenses and paper. Defective notice, habitability, retaliation, receipts. And Step 7, show up and get free help. Mediation, legal aid, and right to counsel cities. If this video helped you, subscribe, because on this channel we turn legal fine print into plain English. And watch next what the law actually says about landlord entry rights and whether your landlord can keep your security deposit. Know your rights, and nobody can take them from you.